And if you come up to me and ask me how school's going, it's going. It doesn't stop. It's 24/7, 7 days a week. If it's not a project, it's an assignment. If it's not an assignment, it's a quiz. If it's not a quiz, it's a test.
70 to 80% of what we learn in school, especially if you went to public school, is absolutely useless and pointless.
I've never felt more exhausted to come to school in my life.
When most kids get out of school, we are so happy to get out of school.
School is a waste of time.
Since when can you tell me when I can get lunch?
Gen Z and Gen Alpha are rejecting school. You've probably already seen this on TikTok. Teens saying things like, school feels pointless. This isn't rebellion. This is a wake-up call. Because for the first time, a generation is rejecting school itself. They're not rejecting learning, they're rejecting the system that delivers it. In this video, we'll be breaking down why Gen Z and Gen Alpha are saying school isn't working anymore. Listen to what students are saying. We sit in class for 7 hours a day just to memorize facts that we'll forget. Are these skills useful in the future? Will these skills really land me a job in this current day and age? Especially with AI on the rise. And the data backs it up. Only 35% of students are saying that school is preparing them for real life. Even the rest describes school as boring and stressful. So reason one, learning is becoming irrelevant. Not just any learning, but parts of what they're teaching in school right now. Kids can literally learn from creators, coders, and entrepreneurs online. So sitting through worksheets and doing copy and paste assignments are starting to feel worthless to them. When the world is changing faster than their curriculum, students stop trusting the system. And I think that they're right to question the system. As someone that used to be in public school, I often felt like I would have to do a lot of catch up after I left school, because although school teaches some of the basic skills, the world is evolving faster and faster, especially with AI in the mix. Students actually have the right to feel that they're being left behind, especially if schools are advocating against use of AI. Reason two, mental health burnout. A Yale study found that 3 out of 4 high school students report feeling mostly tired, stressed, and burnt out. That's emotional exhausting from constant testing, from chasing grades. You've heard this over and over again. I even saw this one video on Jubilee, and it was a girl describing how stressed out school makes her feel.
And I see those videos where this guy got a 1600 SAT score. He has a 5.0 GPA, and like I see all of that, I'm like, oh my god, I'm not doing anything. And then I get up and I start like researching, and I get into this little like cycle and rabbit hole, and then I just end up crying because I'm like, there's nothing I can do, it's too late. And then it's just like sometimes I have that cycle where I just like crash out a little bit.
And while I'm not just attributing this only to the school itself, but it makes you really wonder if all this stress, especially on a child like her, is even healthy. And are we also starting to equate burnout to success? Schools are burning children out, and some kids are finding it very hard to keep up. Reason number 3, lack of real-world readiness. 94% of teens believe school should be teaching them media literacy, yet only 39% say they actually learned it. Students know that they're entering an AI-driven world, and sadly, they don't feel like they're being prepared for it. If anything, they're being shunned against using AI. I know that AI is a very touchy subject, and everyone feels their own way about it, but I will say this: we are currently living in a world where AI is just being used more and more, not as a replacement for humans, but as a tool to facilitate creativity. And by telling students to not use AI for their assignments, that it's considered cheating, might just do more harm than good, because AI isn't going anywhere. So instead of schools saying not to use it, it's better to prepare kids to use it and how to utilize it well. People are actually waking up and realizing that public school isn't the only way to success. And by 2026, homeschool will just become even more known than it is now. Homeschooling rates and other hybrid learning programs are starting to be on the rise steadily. So parents, if your child says, "I hate school," don't just dismiss it. It might not be laziness. It might be clarity. They're sensing that the classroom stopped matching the world that they're growing up in. And if you've been feeling that same tension, that school isn't what it used to be, you're not alone. So what's the alternative? What's this new model of learning if it's not public school? Homeschool. Homeschool is one of the paths that you can take as a new way of education. And homeschool today does not mean isolation. It means having autonomy over your own curriculum. It's kids learning real-life skills. Reading, writing, coding, managing money, creating businesses, and in our case, writing books. That's what we experience, from entrepreneurship to fitness to even creative thinking. So no, we didn't reject learning. We actually embraced it. So to close, Gen Z and Gen Alpha are not the problem. They're actually a signal. They're showing us that the old model of education is not working as it used to be. And that's why I think 2026 might be a big year for homeschool. Because the future of learning isn't just in the classrooms. It's in families, it's in community, and it's in self-driven curiosity. If this resonated with you, hit subscribe, share this with another parent, and tell us in the comments, what do you wish school taught your kid that it doesn't teach right now? This is an open-ended discussion, and I'd love to hear what you think. My name is Chidima, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!